bitch, I'm still out.
Hello and welcome, Dreezy Peasy or Eric here, and today I'm going to do a better explanation on how to use my army. If you guys didn't see the first video, I highly suggest you guys to watch it because it's a really basic explanation and does some live replays at about 2,200 trophies. Now this army got me from about Builder's Workshop all the way up to 2,400, and my highest trophies is 2,449. Now, with better cards and upgrades, I could probably make that go higher, but currently all my rares are level 5, except my Elixir Collector, but that doesn't really matter too much. Everything else is 8 and 7. So, everyone up here is about level 8 or 9. You barely ever see a 7 now, but this army still works really effectively. Now, this video is gonna show you guys more on how to fight against certain armies. For example, Goblin Barrels, Inferno Towers, Double Princes, Pekkas, Golems, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get started. This first replay is on someone using Double Princes and Princess. As you can see at the top left, he puts down an Elixir Collector. I also put down an Elixir Collector. And I put down a Valkyrie to start the initial attack. And he puts down a Princess and a Knight. Now I arrowed down that Princess and my tower ends up taking down that Knight. It was a okay trade. I'm down a bit, 1 elixir. Now he has double princes. I just simply put a giant and Valkyrie. Normally that just takes everything out. He puts down a minion horde. I decide to fireball that giant panel, and my giant is still alive. So basically, whenever you see double princes coming at your tower, just put a giant down and maybe a Valkyrie if you really need to. It should normally take care of the princes. And this guy's prince is level 4 and 3, I believe. Yes, it is. And my level 5 giant still took them both out, which is fine. As you can see on the right side, my Valkyrie is doing work, except when it's frozen. I just simply put down barbarians to take out and finish the last towers. Now, when I'm dealing with a princess, I normally just arrow or fireball it if I really need to. The fireball is more for emergencies, though, and for barbarians and wizard combos. Whenever you see a barbarian wizard combo, you just fireball it, and normally that whole group just dies when it comes to your crown tower. If they reinforce that, you could just put down more troops and you're way up elixir. Right here, I decide to fireball it because I had no arrows. He freeze spells everything, but my Valkyrie, with the buff, just takes it out easily. Now his knight decides to fight my 2 barbarians. He puts down another princess. Notice how I try to time my fireballs and arrows so that it always hits 1 tower. So whenever the princess is placed to the middle, I don't try to hit the other tower and switch between those. I try to hit 1 tower, and that has gotten that tower to a pretty low health. Right here, I decide to fireball that, and it hits the tower for another 200 damage. And right here, I get the win with my giant. My tower is still at 900 health, and we are doing pretty good. Now we have a Golem army, and this is from someone in my clan called Kylo Ren. He helped me a lot on this video, so thanks for him. He decides to put down his Golem at the top left. My Valkyrie is doing some damage on the right-hand side. I'm just going to wait until that Golem comes closer to take it out so my tower can do some work. Now I have to fireball that big group of barbarians because it was going to be a threat. He decides to put a really well-placed Goblin Barrel just in case I didn't have arrows because I just used my fireball. The really good thing about this army is there's fireball and arrows. So if they decide to use a minion horde or something, and you arrow it down, they might mirror a minion horde or put some other spammy troop down. You can usually just fireball that, and you would normally gain elixir because they'd be really reckless with it. And there goes his second golem. I put down a musketeer to the right. The thing about golems is you can't rush and try to meet and kill it at the middle. You always do some nice damage and wait until it comes on your side. Distract it with like an elixir pump in the middle, as you can see there, so it doesn't do any damage to your towers. Now I have a really nice push going on the left side, but he puts a golem down right in the middle of that and kills everything. One golem might actually makes it to a tower and explodes there, but that's okay. I arrowed that goblin barrel a bit late, but that's still okay. I'm still at about 600 health. I decide to fireball that. He fireballs me, but with 5 seconds left, he can't really do much even with his goblin barrel. Now my tower is down to 1 or 200 health, and his right tower was almost dead because I wanted to make sure, even if he just took down my left tower, I have an advantage on taking down his right. Here we have the Expo army. This guy is using an Inferno tower, which is pretty cool. Now, when they start putting defenses at the front, you could already tell it's going to be a Mortar or Expo army. And he's just setting up for his Expo to be in the middle of that giant pile right there, but he decides to put it on the right-hand side because he thought I was going to go full-on left. So that really didn't work out too well for him. My giant's at his tower, and my level 5 giant is just mauling down that tower. Takes it down to about half health. It's doing pretty good. He puts down a bomb tower. Now, bomb towers are really deadly, but at this point, when he's at 1,400 health, with 2 minutes left, and 3 minutes if you include overtime, you can basically take out the tower with just fireballs and arrows, because Expo Army, they don't really have any offense except for the Expo, which is really good for us. Now he puts down another Expo, and I put down some Spear Goblins to distract and get my Giant up there. It takes almost 0 damage, and my Giant is almost at full health going into that thing, which gets Fireball, but that's still okay. Now the right-hand side, it is down to 900 health because I snuck a Valkyrie in. I put down my Giant on the left. I really start pressuring him right now, so he has to do something. Now, the left tower is at 500 health, and from here I knew I could fireball everything down. He puts down an Expo, but that really doesn't matter. My Musketeer will take that out as well as that Inferno with a fireball, and I just start arrowing him down from here. Now, he is doing everything he can to prevent melee troops from going in, but with arrows and fireballs, nothing can really go wrong, even if it's in overtime. You really have the power to just start mauling down their tower with air stuff. Now we have here a spawner deck. Now he is using Infernos because he knows that Giant is going to be really deadly, but that doesn't really matter. Now he has 2 huts down already. I decide to fireball that barb hut because having a barb hut down for a long time can really maul down everything you have on one side. Now, there's his 3 spawners all down. He fireballs my Musketeer. That level 6 fireball one-shots level 5 Musketeers, so keep that in mind. I start with a giant rush. He puts down an Inferno, and I already start fireballing down that tower on the left. Now, at this point, I'm still picking where I should go. I put down Elixir Collector in the middle to drag all his troops to that direction and take it out maybe. So the Spear Goblins would normally shoot that Elixir Pump instead of my tower. Now my Valkyrie on the right-hand side just got taken out. I tried going for a really quick offense, and I actually missed my fireball. I could have taken out both that Goblin Hut and that Barb Hut, but I missed and only hit the Goblin Hut. Now he has another Inferno down. My Valkyrie just mauls that down. I'm doing a bit of damage on the right-hand side, and I'm continuously fireballing everything he has. Now, these arrows, my level 8 arrows, just completely maul down his minion horde and do a ton of damage to level 6 barbarians. And at this point, I'm still fireballing down his tower and everything he has. That fireball was really effective and had a lot of worth. Now, my goblins and everything else is going down. He puts down everything he can to try and stop me. I ended up getting a couple more hits, and my Valkyrie gets 1 swing at that tower. Currently at 6 health, 200, 100, and at this point I can just fireball it down. Once I get the next fireball, there it is, 1 star. Now this army, obviously you can't really 3-star people because you don't really have epics. This is a free-to-play army, which is really good. Now we have the Freeze Balloon or Freeze Hog combo, which is also really effective, especially with high level balloons. At about level 3, balloons are really deadly. Now to start off, I put my Elixir Pump in the middle, so any balloon attack would go straight towards the Elixir Pump, including Hog Riders. Now he has a Hog and Balloon combo going on, and his Hog takes out my Elixir Pump, and he decides to freeze my Barbarian and Tower. My Musketeer is already down, and I have a nice offense going on the right side, but he decides to fireball it. But my stuff still survive and take out that tower at the end. That little Barbarian's doing a bit of damage on the left, but that's still okay. I took down a tower, and I can basically defend now. The thing about this army is, once you see the Freeze and Hog go down, you know that they can't really take care of any of your troops, and you have a really big advantage offense-wise, and they can't really do anything to defend it, because they are about 8 Elixir down. So you really have to take that chance and just go full-on and smack them. Another way to do this is putting your Musketeer spear goblins really far from your tower, maybe in the middle or at the side, because you know they really don't have any other offense. So that means my musketeer cannot be frozen. If he decides to freeze the musketeer, my crown tower will hit him. And if he decides to freeze my tower, my musketeer will hit it. And normally it'd die either way with maybe one hit. But that musketeer and everything else would survive, and I get more damage done. Now he ends up taking down my right tower, which is okay. I couldn't defend for 3 whole minutes. But his king tower is at 18,000, and he decides to go for another balloon rush. As you can see right there, I put my musketeer down really far, and that balloon didn't even make it to the tower. Now 2 giants down, and I was gonna fireball that Infernal, but I missed again. And he had a really nice free spell where he just took down everything. My musketeer is going in on that tower, but it dies to a minion horde, and that Valkyrie just got shredded, and that tower's at 2 health, and my spear goblins just finished it. And good job, spear goblins. Spear goblins are used for like a quick 200 damage at the beginning if they don't defend it. Now we have a Pekka army, and his Pekka army consists of an Inferno too, which is like the weakness of all my stuff. He puts a musketeer down. I decide to go for an early fireball so that musketeer can't do much, and I fireball his left tower. He has a freaking, what is that, a Pekka and a Hog Rider, but I take it down easily without distraction. The thing is, with Pekkas and Golems, you can't really, well, they do a lot of damage if they actually get to your tower, but if they don't, they're really easily distracted by like a building. For example, spear goblins in like the middle of the map can attract a Pekka from like the middle of the map, which is really nice because Pekkas take 3 hits to take down spear goblins, and spear goblins only cost 2 elixir, and they're ranged, so they get a bit of damage done. There's my giant going down, followed by a musketeer. He decides to fireball my musketeer. Good job on his part, because that could have been really bad for him. And he puts down spear goblins. I put down another pump in the middle just in case that Pekka makes it through all my spear goblins and barbarians. He puts down another Pekka and Hog Rider rush. I killed a Hog Rider really quick, and now I have a huge army on the right side. That Inferno tower is actually going to be really deadly, and I fireball that Inferno tower as well as the left side. Notice how I keep fireballing one side so that it is down in health. He counters my spear goblins with his, but I still get 2 hits off. And there's my musketeer giant combo thing. 2 barbarians actually make it to the tower, and it does some nice damage. And at this point, you can already tell I'm going to start fireballing and hardcore defending everything he has. Now, at this point, he's just doing everything he can to get my towers. He tries fireballing my barbarians, but that is not enough. My fireball just took out his musketeer. And my musketeer, I tried going for a quick win with the musketeer, but he puts down a Pekka and completely destroys it. He fireballs my tower again, and that should be game. My spear goblins got that hit, and we have defeated a Pekka army. More things I would like to touch on are barbarian and wizard rushes. Basically, if the wizard is close enough to the barbarian, you can time the fireball properly so that it hits them both, and they shouldn't get any hits on your tower. Goblin barrel, you just arrow it because they might just freeze spell it. And giants, you always use barbarians, princes and stuff. If it's only 1 prince, I'd suggest using the barbarian. If it's 2, do what was shown in the video before. And really, if you want to fireball like a musketeer or something like that, always do it when it's actually on the tower, so it's actually worth the elixir. Normally, I don't like doing like 1-to-1 trades. I like always having a small advantage no matter what the advantage is, so that's also really good. Now, to end off this video, I am going to open a gold chest because some reason it's just unlocked, so why not? So everything we got is pretty bad right now. So anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed, please comment, like, and subscribe if I helped. Please do check out that first video because it shows replays from actual players instead of my clan members. That can be really helpful too. So, bye-bye.